Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is Emilio Ramirez, Housing Director for the City of Oxnard, and we are here to present a proposal for the financing of an acquisition of an existing multifamily complex in Oxnard known as the Vines at River Park. The Vines at River Park are within the River Park specific plan as shown on screen now. Essentially fairly near the collection within the River Park specific plan. The proposal is to acquire it and use it under a program called the Middle Income Housing Program. That program provides for a affordability at a rate that is a moderate income. In other words, the middle income provides affordable housing to a household that is kind of stuck between the low income limit and a market rate condition. Right now, Oxnard happens to be in a situation where that middle income is very close to the market condition. Not quite, the market condition is a little higher, but over time that difference, that gap is going to increase and the benefit of the middle income program will become more significant. Nonetheless, at this time, the proposal is to acquire the Vines at River Park and provide for the benefits that are included on screen. Number one, limit rent increases to 4%. Because the property would be acquired in a way that causes it to be eligible for the welfare tax exemption, then the property tax revenue is lost. So the proponent is offering to make up that property tax revenue with something that is called a host city charge. So they're paying $108,000 escalating annually to the city as a payment that makes up that lost property tax revenue. That goes to the general fund for general fund purposes. That allows the city of Oxnard to be involved in the project such that if it gets sold at some point in the future, the city would share in the net sale proceeds. That sale could happen anywhere after the 15-year compliance period or after the maturity of the bonds after 30 years. We also negotiated a deeper affordability than just the middle income. So 5% of the units would be affordable to a very low income household. 30% of the units would be affordable to those earning 100% of median income, and then 65% to that middle income category of 120% of the area median income. Plus, they're also offering some additional incentives, such as a contribution to a local nonprofit via the closing revenue from financing. The project sponsors includes somebody that we know well, Many Mansions, has been in town and developing, and we've seen their success for quite some time. Plus, the California Municipal Finance Authority, which is the entity, the Joint Powers Authority that would issue the tax-exempt bonds, and then Home Fed Corporation, which is a partner of Many Mansions in the acquisition and ownership structure of the Vines at River Park in the middle income housing program. Fiscal impact is that loss in property tax revenue. We're estimating that loss is $108,000. So that host city charge would go to make up that income loss or property tax income loss to the city, and so would generate a net zero in that fiscal impact. They're also proposing to contribute to a one-time amount from the transaction fees. They would continue to pay for the local CFD that's using to maintain the public areas in River Park. So those things would continue to be. Also, this is a private activity bond, despite that it's tax exempt and issued by a JPA, which means that the city is not responsible for payment or obligation of performance of that bond. It is entirely at the obligation of the project and the proponents of the project. So our recommendation is that the city council enter into a joint exercise powers agreement relating to the CMFA issuing of bonds, preserving and protecting the middle income rental housing program at the Vineside River Park. That we authorize the issuance of those bonds for that middle income housing program, and that we enter into a public benefit agreement that includes the annual host fee that offsets the potential loss in property tax revenue. Thank you. I'm happy to answer any questions.